Alright guys, continue the previous lab. Now we're gonna get the store by ID. We're gonna add a policy on the store by ID. Okay. On the response, this is the request, reaches the target answers and matches what the endpoint to call and gets the response. So let's add. Okay. Here what we're gonna add is a lookup cache. Lookup cache. Okay. Let's give it a name, lookup cache address, lookup address, sorry. I mean, it reaches in the last, so it goes executing this direction, okay. We're gonna change it. Let's click on this guy, go it's isolating, basically that. Let's see what we have. This is scope assigned to a flow variable, okay. Let's change it or define this. We are going to cache latitude and longitude, okay, and it's going to assign address. Basically, what we have here is what? You extract latitude and longitude from the response. You call Google geolocation, extract the address from Google, and use JavaScript to set on their response, like this. You get the address variable you create here. Well, let's explain this flow. Then we go over the next video. The extracted length, geocode, extract address. So first thing you do, extract the lat and long. Okay, it gets the response, JSON. So we're gonna JSON this location, latitude and longitude, and put into two variables, lat and long. After that, it calls the geocode. So what it does, it sets the request param, lat and long, and let the comma separated. It's like in the URL, and this is the target. So it's gonna call the geolocation. I don't think we can see it because you have to you have to add this key. There we go, and missing address, okay, rev and Latin long, and of course it's gonna be new. That's at 45,65. Let's see what it gives. There's gonna be something wrong, whatever, but basically it does this request, okay, and put into call out response. From the call out response, it goes to in the format you're going to extract address. So there's the response. There's gonna be a results array. You get format address for the first one. And the call out response is like the HTTP response, okay, where you have the code, the header, and the content. The content is the JSON, of course, the payload, and the payload is gonna have this format and put into a the variable is important to say it's for the content, for the whole structure here. Let's say you can access the variable whenever you want, once it's created, of course, after it is created. Then it put into the address. But I think the lookup address, you're gonna have to do something different here. Okay, so we assign the address, and after we're gonna add another policy. We are going to create a populate cache, okay, on the response. Let's create a populate cache, okay, here. Populate cache. The populate cache is going to be a little bit different. There we go. Let's click directly here. Populate. So populate cache. There you go. What we have. There is the expiring. When the cache expires, there's no other definition. Okay, that's why we define it. Okay, it's gonna call cache resource address cache. Okay, scope exclusive. The source is address. Okay. It's going to put in cache lat and long, okay, and it's going to expire in this milliseconds, okay. and that's it. But what we have now, we have like this. Let's go to the store by ID. We have extract long geolocation, extract address, populate address, and DS address. What we're gonna do, we are going to, after the extract selecting long, we're going to look up address. Okay, we're going to do a lookup because the lookup checks if you have that already. After you call geolocation, extract address, and before you put into JS address, you populate the cache. Okay, because you look up, when you do the lookup, you're gonna check if you have that cache, all right? So here you have Latin long, you look up. Do I have on the cache? No. Call geolocation structure and I populate the cache. Once you populate it, you put into the cache, then you can answer that. Does that make sense to you? Because you don't need, you're just going to call these guys once you have it, okay? So this and this are, they communicate to each other basically. They have references. If you come here, address cache, okay? You have an address cache and assign to address. It's caching the Latin long and it is assigned the address. So do I have it? The Latin long? Yes. So what it does, look, the populate cache, okay, already has the address. Already had the address set. So it gets from the cache. Basically, the Latin long from the answer checks the Latin long if they have in the if was populated in the cache. Do I have it? Yeah. So I jump the geolocation extract address and goes direct to the answer. Quite cool.